Hello, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Yeah. So, there is some technical glitch due to which I cannot show you the presentation. But just to give you a brief overview of what Clean Air Champion cohort is and why do we need it. So, basically, we need today's. Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess my screen is visible right now. So why do we need Clean Air Champion is because we have 30% of Bengal's population, which is in the range of 15 to 30 years old. So and hence the youth has the power to bring about substantial changes in our society. And most of the global environmental movements we see today are carried out by the youth. So that is a major reason why youth should become the clean air champion, should lead the movement of environment. And also if we see Bengal specific reports on clean air, 40% of air pollution related deaths are in India are from UP, West Bengal and Maharashtra. Also 70% of Kolkata citizens suffer from respiratory diseases. And in West Bengal, only 36 cities have more than higher standard of air pollution than most of the state in India. Like culminating this, we can see a 6.1 year drop in life expectancy. So now we know that why do we need this clean air champion cohort is so important, and why youth should drive this movement of clean air in West Bengal. To move forward, what is Bengal Clean Air Champion cohort? So our main idea is to form a cohort, a group of young youth, specifically between the age of 18 to 30, who will who will work towards, who will have specific projects and will work towards reducing air pollution in Bengal, and also initiate micro projects in their vicinity. Plus, workshops will also provide the workshop provided us will also enhance their project management and communication skill, which will further help them in their further career, and also to help us in curbing air pollution in the state. So, like switch on this Clean Air Champion cohort works on triple IS principle, that is ideate, initiate, incubate, and scale up. Idea: we first learn and ideate our plans, initiate our projects as individuals or groups. We will help them. The participants will also get a chance to get incubated by us. And fourth is scaling our in their micro projects into large scale projects. So that is the principle of on how what Clean Air Champion cohort is. So where will this Clean Air Champion take place? So we are majorly planning to do the workshops on Zoom Meet, and we will also have physical classroom wherever applicable, because due to the COVID situation, we will there is little bit problem in having physical classroom, but we will have it wherever applicable and where it is very necessary in unlock.
So just carry on with অভিষেক যেটা বলছিল এখন পর্যন্ত I'll just like to take a pause কি আমরা through this competition the idea আর কেন আমরা শুরু করলাম আমি 2 মিনিট একটু কথা বলি মেন আমাদের উদ্দেশ্যটা হচ্ছে কি empower the youth to take up projects, micro projects that they can take up within their colleges, within their universities, within their communities to inspire people to change their habits, to inspire policy to change, to also, because what we have to recognize is, and this is something that we've spoken a lot in the past, আমি 2 মিনিট ওই নিয়ে একটু কথা বলতে চাই কি air pollution is one of the biggest killers in today's time. It's called a silent killer, and there are experts on air pollution in this group. I will let them talk about it. But it is about time that we as young people come together. I'm putting myself in the young people category, but we as young people come together and create a movement. There is a need for a movement to start and happen. And that is the inspiration behind this. And there is no better day to do it than on Swamiji's birthday, which is the youth, which we also celebrate as the Youth Day. I and something that inspired me when we started Switch On, what inspired me and what has always inspired me has been our national freedom movement. And that sort of a movement is required in today's time to fight what we see as an environment crisis, that we can see in climate change, and very much with clean air. So this is really the inspiration behind what we are doing. And I'm very, very happy. It's absolutely amazing to see so many partners coming together, so many young people coming together. I'm going to talk about that later, but I'll pass this back to Abhishek Da to continue his presentation. একটু অভিষেক দা অনেকজন একটু আবার জয়েন করেছে একটু লেটে, তুমি একটু ফার্স্ট ফিউ স্লাইডস একটু আবার একটু হালকা করে একটু বলে দিলে খুব ভালো হয়।
Just hope. Hello. I hope my presentation is visible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So coming back to, I see a lot of new faces out here. So for them, I'll just again start. So
Abhishek, can I request you to put it in slideshow mode?
Yeah, sure. Is it okay now?
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you so much. So going back to why do we need a Bengal Clean Air Champion Cohort? So Vinay Bolo that we have a lot of youth in our country, and today is the best day to start something with youth, being the National Youth Day and the birthday of Swami Vivekananda. So in Bengal, approx 30% of the population ranges from between 15 years of age to 30 years of age. So we all feel that youth has the power to bring about substantial change in the society, especially in the environmental sector. And clean air being a major challenge in West Bengal, the youth has to become the torchbearers of this movement. And wherever we see a global environmental movement, we see youth taking a lead. So it will be great to see a movement of clean air being done in West Bengal, which is led by youth, and the ideas being implemented in West Bengal across their vicinity. And also the problem of air pollution in West Bengal is not only related to health, but it has a substantial other economic and social effect as well. So we see 40% of the air pollution related deaths in India in 2017 reported from UP, West Bengal and Maharashtra. And also 70% of Kolkata's citizens suffers from respiratory disorders, which is very high compared to other states. We also see 36 cities in West Bengal having higher air pollution level than the standard, and much higher compared to other states in India, and also a drop of 6.1 years in life expectancy. So to summarize and to have effect on the bring about new micro projects, we thought about Clean Air Champion Cohort, which will be a group of clean air enthusiasts who will be focusing on reducing air pollution in Bengal, and also who will initiate micro projects. They'll get workshop to enhance their skill on project management and project initiation and in the community. So as I already mentioned, that Switch On work on a triple IS principle, and so does the Clean Air Champion Cohort, which is ideate, initiate, incubate, and scale up. Ideate is to learn and ideate new plans, and we'll help the participants in ideating plans for their community, for their vicinity, based on the clean air, on the condition of the clean air in their community. also initiating these idea as full-fledged projects. And plus, the best project, the most innovative and the most feasible project will get a chance to get incubated by us. And further, we'll help with the help of our experts and mentors. These projects will be scaled up to create large-scale projects across Bengal. So, where will these Clean Air Champion workshops take place? The first is the workshop, which will be taking place in the Zoom Meet, and wherever applicable, we will start with our physical classrooms. And given the situation of COVID, it's a little difficult, but things are starting to get into a positive note. So we expect we'll start with our physical classrooms soon, and we'll let the participants know whenever that is possible. The credentials of the Zoom Meet will be sent prior to the workshops to the participants selected. These workshops will be mostly taking place during the weekend, in order to ease the to give comfort to the working professional as well as the students. Plus, we have at least 3 workshops which are marked mandatory. So all the participants have to attend these workshops. We also have our micro projects, events, and activities which will be started by our participants. So these projects can take place anywhere in Bengal. It can be both online and offline, and it can take place in both urban and rural areas wherever the clean air condition is really bad. The projects can take place there, and it can also happen in your own area or your own college. So what all the things can be implemented? We have micro projects. The participants can undertake events. They can support or join other projects. So in micro projects, these are just some of the examples he had in mind, but this is not limited to this. The participants can brainstorm further and come up with their own projects which are directly related to the air pollution. Micro projects can be on safe cycling, can be on reduction and monitoring of air pollution. It can be on health. It can be on waste segregation. The events can be on art competition, photography competition, posters, visual campaigns, street play. And the participants can also join projects with other organizations and also help projects of other group members. Plus, we have field implementations and infrastructural development, vertical garden creation, or they can develop technologies like household air quality monitors or solar lights. Or if someone wants, they can just choose few or all of the above. That's totally on the participants. So what are the probable projects we can work on? One can be doctors meet, one can be series of events to curb air pollution, one can be creating air quality monitors, as I mentioned, urban mobility, waste management. These are all just some of the ideas. It's not limited to this. So what are the eligibility? One is you have to be 30 years of age. I've mentioned this as well in the previous webinars, but this is really important. So you have to be 30 years of age. You have to be very creative and innovative. And like you want to create a real difference in the community. That should be one of the major criterias. And you need to be passionate about curbing air pollution. And you can be either be high school students, college graduate, early working professionals. There's no bar to what you are. You just need to be under 30 and have a passion for curbing air pollution. So what are the things that will happen in this cohort? We will, first is the workshop, which will help you project ideation, management, and scale up. Second is you will pitch your own ideas in groups or in individuals. So you can make groups outside the cohort or in the cohort itself, and come up with your own idea. Secondly, implementation of the projects in the implementation of the projects, and you will be assigned mentors after you give your concept note. Your mentors will guide you through the process on what is the best way to implement the projects. And also the selection of the projects and the assignments will be and the selection of the experts will be done on the basis of your theme of the project. So these are the things that will happen in the cohort on the duration of 3 to 6 months. So, what are the things you need for the project itself? So you will need the help of an expert, which will help you with. You will need to have a very clear idea on the kind of project you will be doing and the proper budgeting of the project. Third is you need to have a very strong social media component, which is mandatory, and given the COVID situation, that is also really important right as now. And so what will you get if you are a clean air champion? You'll get certificates and awards after the completion of the course, and over a period of 12 months, we'll be giving seed money to the projects up to, and these will be done on the basis of events, that is 5,000 INR, and project from 10,000 INR to 25,000 INR. And the selection criteria, we'll give high priority to groups with high outreach, project implemented in places with high air pollution, and innovation and projects with high innovation and creativity. So some of our experts of the field, they have been working in this field for the last 2 to 5 years. They have been working in the field for the last decade and more. So some of our experts are Latadi, Shrutidi, Anshumanda, Avinash Da, Vijay Da. So the credentials are all given. We also have Varunda, Saptashida, Nobinadi, Paulindi, Vineda, and Ekta ma'am. Ektadi, they are all part of the experts who will be giving mentorship to our participants. These are our partners, Axe, Goldman Sachs, Our Kids Climate, WWF. They have also been working in the field for the last 25 years in India, and they'll be continuing to work with us in this project itself. Our first workshop will start of the cohort will start on the 30th January 2021. And we also have an upcoming urban stakeholders meet that we want all of you to join, and that is on 15 January 2021. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much, Abhishek Da. And once again, apologies for all the confusion that was there. Always great events always start with, I would like to believe great things start with technical glitches. So we are on to something great, I hope. And I'm sure, given the partners and given the incredible applications that have come in, there are over 350 applications that came in from young people. And what was extremely interesting to see and very inspiring to see was applications from across Bengal, and a wide variety, a very, very wide variety of applications. So before to kickstart the discussion, if I may ask, we have professors or our teachers who with us, Dr. Indranil Mukherjee and Dr. Nilanjan Chakraborty. Both of you are experts in this subject. So if you want to set the context of the need for action, of youth action, we'd love to hear from you.
Let me see. I mean, Dr. Mukherjee speaking. Hello.
Dr. Mukherjee, your voice is not very clear. If you could.
Can you not hear me? Hello.
It's not very clear.
Okay. Now,
I hope it'll be okay. It'll get better over time. Why don't you start, sir, please?
So regarding your air pollution, to all the participating in this competition, you can hear me, right? All of you can hear me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So regarding this air pollution, basically, if you just look back at the previous year, it was nothing but only COVID. So from March, in certain European countries, maybe earlier to that. So have you ever thought of that this COVID-19, how its effects were enhanced by the influence of this air pollutant particle fraction in the European countries also. Have any one of you gone through any researches which have been already done in this very
I can't hear anything, sir.
Right, so your voice is breaking. Maybe we can come back to you when the network.
Okay, then you can start with Dr. Chakraborty. I will come back to you. Okay,
We'll come back to you, sir. Right. Sure. Dr. Chakraborty, Dr. Nilanjan Chakraborty, if you can hear us.
Yeah.
If you, yes, please.
So, first of all, good afternoon, all of you. I feel privileged to be a part of this great endeavor, first of all. And I must congratulate the organizers to take such an initiative, which is needed for our society very much. During last few days, I come across an ad over television that a 7 to 8 years old child and mom is teaching her and her parents asking something about her part of the syllabus, and she is not getting the answer, and then parents are asking repeatedly why you forgot all these things, and she can't answer, and she just saying that uh, I just forgot. And that is due to the pollution, absolutely due to the pollution. So this is a real scenario, real present scenario of us, and we have to do something for our society, for our environment. And the young minds who are present here, I must welcome you to take up this challenge for our better future, not only our next generation. We are in also a very challenging situation nowadays. Hmm. We saw Delhi is suffering from this, and we are just in verge to compete with Delhi. That the air pollution is getting increasing day by day by the increasing population. So we have to manage. We have to manage somehow. So today is a great day, and I am such an fortunate person that I'm working in such an institution, which is Scottish Church College, and Swamiji is one of the greatest alumni of our college. So from this day, we have to take challenge to clean our air for our better future. So this is the right time to arise and awake, and we have not to stop until the ultimate goal is reached, and we have to continue it further. Okay, so I wish all the success for this particular endeavor, particular program, which we are going to take such an initiative, such a good initiative, I must say, and I wish all the success for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And you couldn't be a better spokesperson for today's event. Coming from Scottish Church College, I'm so glad you're part of this, and you're in some ways kickstarting this event. Very happy. What you said has been very inspiring indeed. I would like to maybe hear from one of the youth who've applied. I'll sort of come in. I'll switch between mentors and youth. Hear some of the young people, what their ideas, thoughts are. Come back to the mentors. There may be some questions also some of you may have. I'm happy to take those questions. We'll be happy to take those questions at the during this conversation. I know there are some of you who shared your interest to speak. If any of you want to share, I think we have someone from ISWBM Kolkata who would you like to share something? If you can unmute yourself and share something, please. Or there are a couple of names that I have here who showed their interest to speak. Shayani Banerjee, she's from ISWBM Kolkata, if you can hear me, Shayani. Or Mohammad Nadeem from Pahan Foundation. Pehchan Foundation, sorry.
I can hear, sir.
Yes, Nadeem, please.
गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन सर सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था इससे रिलेटेड, जैसे कि हम लोग ये प्रोग्राम जो स्टार्ट हो रहा है तो इसमें हम लोग का क्या क्या ग्रुप्स जो होंगे, कितने कोई का होगा?
इसके अंदर आपके ऊपर है, ये कुछ आप जिस तरह से ग्रुप बनाना चाहें, आप आपके पास ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग ग्रुप है, आप नया ग्रुप बनाना चाह रहे हैं, आप कुछ अगर लोगों के साथ मिल करके ग्रुप बनाना चाहेंगे, यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम। आप यहाँ पर जो कोहोर्ट में भी जो मेंबर बन रहे हैं उनको भी मिला करके ग्रुप बना सकते हैं। कुछ ऐसे होंगे जो इंडिविजुअली करना चाहेंगे प्रोग्राम, यू आर आल्सो वेलकम टू डू दैट इंडिपेंडेंटली इंडिविजुअली।
जी सर, ये क्योंकि मैंने इससे पहले भी ऐसा एयर पोल्यूशन पे कुछ काम किया था, तो इसमें मेरा कुछ अपना भी पर्सनल आइडिया था। जैसे कि हम लोग अवेयरनेस के लिए कुछ प्रोग्राम करते थे, साइन बोर्ड लेके, या कुछ आपका जो पटाखों के ऊपर आपके इस साल दिवाली में जैसे कि हम लोग किया था कि कुछ क्या बोला था, दिया के जरिए हम लोग क्रैकर्स फ्री दिवाली ऐसे करके लोगों को अवेयर करते थे। और फिर कुछ घाट प्रोग्राम हम लोग किए हैं जिसके जो एयर पोल्यूशन में ज्यादा मात्रा से होता है, इस पे कुछ प्रोग्राम हम लोग पहले से तो किए थे। तो इसलिए मुझे जानना था सर कि अपना ग्रुप जैसे इसमें न्यू ग्रुप आएंगे तो मतलब हम लोग सब एक साथ, जैसे कि नंबर एक्सचेंज रहता है तो सबका माइंडसेट एक जैसा हो जाता है।
बिल्कुल, इसके अंदर आइडियाज आर वेलकम, एवरीवन इज वेलकम टू कम एंड शेयर आइडियाज। और आप लोग को जो भी आइडियाज रहे, तो व्हाट वी बी डूइंग इमीडिएटली आफ्टर दिस इज वी विल बी हम इसमें आप लोग को एक लिंक भेजेंगे जहां पर आप यू कैन स्टार्ट शेयरिंग योर आइडियाज। आप क्या करना चाहते हैं, आपके पास ग्रुप है, आप ग्रुप बनाना चाह रहे हैं, we'll start doing that immediately. Now I'd like to maybe come back to some of the mentors that we have here, especially bring in Vijayda Ajayda. इनके साथ we started Kolkata Clean Air, all of us together. Vijayda was just a concerned citizen, very young at heart, very inspiring story. Same with Ajayda, very conscious about taking social initiatives. Came together as a group, now have created an institution called ACTS. So I'd love to hear their story. अगर आप कुछ share करना चाहें, please.
विजय भाई, आप बोलना चाहेंगे पहले?
आप बोलिए अजय दा।
Okay, so first of all, good evening everyone, and I just want to say one thing is that I would like to show this thing. I'm not sure if everyone can see the screen.
कालके करेছিল তো।
If people can see the screen, I would
please
like to
unmute yourself. Others, please mute yourself because we can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to show the screen. I'm not sure if how clear it is, but this is the climate clock, and it shows we less than 7 years left to kind of put the emissions to a level where we can stop it from going 1.5 degrees C across that critical temperature point. So we don't have time. That is the critical point, and air is something we cannot survive without even more than a minute. So that's how critical it is for our survival, and we all know how polluted our cities are. Today is Swami Vivekananda's birthday. It is celebrated as National Youth Day. I remember one of his quote where he said that, "Give me 100 youths and I will transform India." I think India needs more and more youth to come forward and build this movement. As someone mentioned, we need a movement for clean air. We need a movement for to fight this climate crisis, and youth have the biggest stake in this. If there is something meaningful we can do in this today's generation, is to fight for our own existence, not for nature, protecting nature and all the good things that we convince ourselves of doing. It is our existence in under question. It is last year Dalai Lama said that it is our own existence which is under threat, and meditating or doing anything any good will not solve this. We need to take action. So with that message, I would like to welcome all the youth who are taking this up. All the best, and we are all there together. We can work this out, and we can build this as a strong movement for clean air. Thank you.
Ajada, thank you so much. Very, very inspiring. Very well said. Vijada, आप अगर कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे, यदि तुम्ही किछु चाहो.
Hi guys, I know Ajada and Vineda from last 2 years, and we are like a good friend. Plus, we work together for many fields like clean air and water. So my message to the youth and to all of you will be, just wake up and let's do something for the country, for the environment, because we don't have much time in our house. The sand is just moving out from our hands. So I will just be very specific. Just let's work together. We have not so much of time, and if we'll work together, definitely we will reach our goal. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Vijada. Now we have friends from Delhi, from Asar. Maitri, if you can hear us. Asar's been doing some very inspiring work. They've created a clean air collective across the country, and they've seen a lot of inspiring initiatives taken by organizations, individuals. Maitri, if you can hear us, love to hear about you, about some of these initiatives that have been taken across the country that youth can especially take inspiration from and look to replicate here in Bengal.
In Bengal, so I think one of the, like, first of all, I'm very happy to be a part of something that is so conscious, and I'm inspired listening to the questions and the urgency that everybody's talking about. ASER being an organization which takes air pollution very seriously, is doing work in terms of working closely with ground and people who are invested. So I think one of the things that one of your questions is what the youth can do. I feel that the youth knows already that what is important and what is their capacity, and they can, in every aspect, help based on what they want to contribute in their skills. It can be awareness, it can be possible policy changes, it can be bringing together and lifestyle changes, it can be also making simple.
Thanks, Aditi. Thanks for coming in. And Maitri, can you hear us? Maitri from Asar?
I can hear you, but somebody muted me, so I'm a little confused.
Right. Maitri, if you could, love to hear from you, especially with your experience looking at projects across the.
So I think one of the best things that the youth can do is come together. Like most of the networks, we have got city chapters which deal with every city related issues. Like Kolkata and Bengal will have their specific issues, to identify them and then come together to the larger network, which is what would be it'll be like a give and take between the youths from other cities, as well as learning from them and implementing in their own areas. I think that's something that we follow in ASAR, where we try to build networks and work together while we are focusing on the local issues. That's one thing that I would love to see the youth do.
That's fantastic. And I think it'll be an extremely powerful network. Jodi amra ekta network korte pari, bringing young people together, I'm sure it's going to be extremely powerful. Ishanidhi, there was extremely very, very inspiring thought, and I hope some young people are listening to you and can take this up. I'd like to now maybe go back to one of the young people to come up and share some of their ideas, thoughts, questions again. There is Sumit Mitra from Asansol. He's part of CCOM University. Sumit, you said you had something to share. If you want to come in, if you can hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Right, please.
Yes, sir. First of all, good afternoon to everyone. I am Sumit Mitra from Asansol. First of all, I would like to say that I'm very much grateful to share my views with such an esteemed mentors and such as respected mentors. First of all, I need to say, like, we are in such a condition, like we need to do something, like we need to start, like we always say, or we always gain knowledge from books, like most of us are like bookworms. We get various knowledges about air pollution, we study, we get to hear this, that, but the thing is, we need to start from now today, till today onwards, so that because it said that tomorrow means next tomorrow is like today. We need to start today. So the thing is, I have some ideas to share. If I'd be very grateful to share those. First of all, if I am asked like how to get out of this all air pollution, or how to work with this air pollution, I would say that we need to teach our juniors. Like if I am a part of this institution, if I am a part of this cohort, my idea would be, I would give various ideas to the people who does not know about what air pollution is. Like people in winter season, we look around in various markets, or look around in our society also, uh, man standing and lighting a cigarette. So we need to go to that person, and at that instance and at that same time, we need to knock him up, like bro or sir, you are doing something wrong, which is not affecting you, not only you, but also the others, or the society. Main factor is you are harming yourself, the nicotine or the things which are very harmful. And the second thing is, you are making the society also, the air of the society also, very polluted one. So you're harming yourself, you're harming your family, as well as you're making a harm, an unknown harm, rather it's good to say an unknown harm to the society too. So these are the factors which should be kept in mind. Thank you.
Thanks so much, and it's it's lovely to hear such words. Again, coming back to some of the mentors that we have. Of organizations and people coming together and taking action on important issues and burning issues of the world today. So Harkirat ji, would love to hear from you with your thoughts on that, please. Harkirat ji, you're on mute. If you could unmute yourself, please.
No, I'm saying I just missed out on your sentence. It went off and...
Gigi, I think my network dropped. Harkirat ji, I was just saying that you, of course, come from Rainforest Alliance. It's a very respected organization. We understand the importance of, if you could make us understand, young people, especially, the importance of alliances, of people coming together and taking collective action, that would be fantastic to hear from.
Great. Okay. Yeah. See, first I want to thank you for having me on this lovely initiative. I mean, it is really heartwarming to see the youth, and especially since you mentioned that 30% is between 50 and 30 years old, the population. But let me tell you, this 30% will get huge support from many. Shit. Sorry,
Sorry, I think
I got muted.
yeah, sorry about that. If you could
No, okay. Yeah, I'm honored to be on this initiative with you all, and especially with luminaries like Dr. Chakravarti, Mukherjee, and other people. So I'm not competent to reach there. But what gives me great pleasure to be here is that you people are taking, and you said that 30% of our population in Bengal is between 50 and 30 years. Now that's big, huh? But let me also assure you that a huge amount of the rest of the population will be backing you up, huh? Because this 6.1 years drop in life expectancy is not the only issue. The issue is also the quality of life. It's not just that loss of 6.1 years, but if 10 years, 20 years before that you have a poor life that you are living because of air pollution, it's huge. Now, what this initiative of cohorts is brilliant. But as individuals, it's very difficult to make huge differences. There are many examples where we make huge differences, but when we want to make it a movement, we need to ally with other groups. Like within these cohorts only, there might be a few that you get together with, but there are many organizations which will back you up on many initiatives that you take. And I think that is crucial to taking it forward. We need more than the youth. We need the youth to drive everyone else, but we need the rest to follow. And people like us who've been around for a long time, we are willing to be with you, to advise you, and to follow. So we can assure you that from our side, as the so-called population over 60 years, we are there to help you out, because we see the damage that is being done, not only to human health because of air pollution, but to trees, to animals, to plants, to water, to you name it here. And everyone is aware of all the harms that pollution does. We need to identify, which is also available to everyone, what are the areas that are causing maximum damage, and how can we go about addressing those areas in little ways to get to this reduction of air pollution. It is crucial, and thank you so much, the youth, for making this a possible movement, and we will back you to the hilt. All the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. You're always full of positivity, and it's always so good to hear from you. Avinash Da, I see you've joined. I'm very happy to have you here. Avinash Das from Greenpeace. Avinash Da, if you can hear us, and if you can hear me, would like you to come in. My question that I've always struggled with is, how do we get young people's attention? There were some very colorful messages on the chat. We had to shut the chat down, but it's always a challenge, right? I mean, how do we get young people to get their minds off PUBG and get their minds off running after boys and girls, but make them understand these are challenges, real challenges. They are going to live up. They're going to grow up in a world which is full of these challenges. And luckily for us, of course, everyone who's applied is very conscious already. There are always a few ones who want to play truant, but how do we get these 300 are good, but how do these 300 now take that message to thousands and lakhs of people who are living in a world full of distractions.
Yeah, thanks, Vinay and everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Sorry to disturb you.
Sarthak, can we come back to you, please? Give me a yeah. Thanks, Sarthak.
Yeah.
Avinash bhai, please.
No, that's really very important questions, and like everyone who is working in social development sector and in activism, everyone is facing that kind of, I would say, a challenge where we want to mobilize youth, and because of certain trends and external things, they are like, we feel like we are missing youths in that moments. But the good thing is, from last 2 years, what we are observing is that youth are really taking action on different issues, not only on climate but other social issues, and they are really becoming very vocal. And I would say, if we can, because we have enough talk, like everyone, many of us already mentioned that we have enough data, we have enough talk, how air pollution or climate crisis is bad for our planet, our human health and all. But so we highlighted that problem, but now we have to also think, how can we like help these youth, the people, to visualize the change. If we can bring those visualization in our work, that where they can also feel like, okay, the change is possible, the solution is possible. And if we can also like trigger that a sense of agency of youth, where they can feel empathetic, and they can build a community to bring those changes. So if we can work on those things with youth, I see a lot of hope to bring them on board. And it's actually, it's already happening. We just need to give them little bit guidance, and then because they are ready to take action, and they are ready to mobilize, they are ready to bring those changes. And many youths already changing their lifestyle, they are working on those issues. But if we can also include them in our core campaigns, in our core work, in our daily to daily life, that would be helpful. And this program, that's why I always like, I really feel like this program is really a needed step, where, and not only for Bengal, I feel like everyone in this country, everyone who has been working on this issue, we need to come up with these such innovative ideas, where we can involve youth and give. So with this program, we are also giving our campaigns to the youth, where they are going to own the campaign, they are going to own the issue, and we are trying to create that co-learning space, where they are like really they will feel, I'm hoping they will feel empowered with these exercises. So I'm really very hopeful, and I feel like we need to do more such initiatives in across the country to bring that desired change. And I would like to highlight a few things here on air pollution. We should not forget that if we are able to, we will able to tackle this air pollution crisis. That means we are also going to, we will like, it will also help us to tackle the climate crisis, because the solution of air pollution and the climate crisis is same, that is stop burning fossil fuel. And then second, obviously I'm hoping, my expectation from this group is these projects will also help to bring some policy changes at local levels. And the most important is we are going to like work on the behavioral changes, and we can, after, I'm expecting after 5 months we will have that community, a strong community, and that not necessarily limited to the Bengal, but across the country, that are ready, like they will ready to take challenges and tackle the air pollution crisis and the climate crisis. So thank you for this initiative, Vinay, and everyone who is involved with this. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Avinash bhai. Again, I'd like to now come back to one of the young volunteer, young activist. There's Annobi from Durgapur, and I'm also I'm mindful Bengal shop মোটামুটি শহর থেকে আমরা একটু reach out করতে চাইছি লোকজনকে and give them a chance to have a chat here. Annobi, can you hear me? If you can, I know you wanted to share something, speak something, so feel free to come in. If you could unmute yourself, please. Tumi mute acho. While we wait for Onnobi, I have seen there is also a hand raised by Birendra Rai. Birendra, feel free to unmute yourself and share your question or thought that you have. Bonombi, Birendra, if you can hear me.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Birendra, please.
Yeah, firstly, I want to say that I'm so appreciated because of joining on the kickoff of Bengal Chartered Clean Air Chartered initiative. So I'm Birendra Rai from Sikkim, working as an climate activist and environmental conservation activist from Sikkim. So firstly, I want to share my few experiences working with many organizations throughout international and national. So I am part of various organizations on India and various countries from out of India. So as an working with various organizations, I have many experiences as worked on field, online events, working on how we can clear our work on climate awareness and achieved many things. So I through by working with many organizations, I have a small thought which I want to say as Avinash sir already said on this kickoff event that everyone knows how climate change is existing and how climate change has to be worked on. So for that, I am working on initial project that is Go Green Movement that will be furnished for plantation drive and children's or climate education drive. So as climate education, we will be tracking all the parts of Sikkim and other areas in India for how we can tackle climate change and how we can make all those people or all those activists or children who don't know about climate change, and we will work on so on and about climate about not about plantation drive. We will and launch an in small event with where we will be working on people who will be planting their plants throughout year, and yeah, it will be as plantation drive. So thank you.
So happy to hear about your work, Birendra. The Himalayan ecosystem is so important for all of us. You're doing great work. Thank you for everything that you do, and hope to keep learning and taking inspiration from you. What I would like to bring in both Nobina Di and Shruti Di, both work with young people very closely. So would like to hear from you, from your experiences working with young people. What is it that is successful? What is it that triggers the need to take environment action amongst young people? So especially for young people who are going to be youth leaders, what is it that they can learn from your experience that they can implement as part of their project? Anyone? I'd like to hear both from Nobina Di and Shruti Di, both of you, please.
I'm happy to start. Nobina, would you like, or I can start? This is Shruti. Yeah.
Shruti Di, please feel free to start. We'll come back to Nobina Di.
Thank you so much, Vichon Foundation and all the partners for actually initiating this actually very, very important and urgent issue. This campaign is really an urgent campaign, and we look forward to being part of this and supporting the first Clean Air cohort. As Garbage Free India, actually our organization is also run by a young climate action activist. And we always feel that these days, not just in climate action, youth influence everything. It's everything is on Instagram or social media. And youth are really powerful influencers. And before they start influencing others, it's really important that youth start doing things themselves, doing things ourselves, rethinking ways in which we influence others is very important. And once we start thinking that taking climate action is actually fashionable, we don't need to make it like a chore. Once we do things, do small local projects ourselves as the youth, as youngsters, if they take small individual actions locally, they themselves can actually influence or encourage their family, their schools, their colleges, their para community, anybody. And once you actually make them feel that they've been able to make some positive change, it gives them that kick or that excitement that, oh, wow, we've been able to do something. And they get that charge, they take on the leadership and wanting to do a little more. Youth can actually take, many of the mentors have mentioned that talking about micro projects. When you take small, local, personal, community action-based projects, you're able to influence the local community and also become advocacy role models. You can be part of environmental leaders, join your local government. And what better way that building a cohort of actually youth leaders. I think what drives, we need to find out what makes the youth tick. And I think making change, a lot of youth are going into the environmental sector. They're not going into the normal kind of professions. And once we make them feel that this is an action-based something that they can mentor, I think we need more and more people to come into these kind of professions. That's our perspective. And I think we've seen a lot of youth when they come up with very exciting and creative ideas that can be implemented.
Thanks so much, Shruti. That was extremely well said. Thank you so much for that. Nobinadi, if you can hear me, if you'd like to share a few thoughts of your own from working with youth, and what makes a project tick with youth. I'm not able to hear you. We'll come back to you later, Ravinadi. What was very interesting from the 350 odd applications that came in, there were people from technology background to arts background to biotechnology, law, a lot of people from various backgrounds coming in. So there is Bidisha Chakraborty here. Bidisha, if you want to come in, you come from Narendrapur, you're doing biotechnology. If you can hear me, if you can unmute yourself, share your thoughts coming from your background of studies, and what ideas do you have?
Good evening, everyone. Actually, I had pursued BSc Microbiology honors, and then I'm recently pursuing agricultural biotech from Narendrapur. So first, when I got the news about this Switch On Foundation having this social awareness about air pollution and how they can curb this, so I thought of some points which I can add to this socially aware program and workshop. First of all, I would say that if we think it socially, then first of all, we think we should do anything like aware people, which everyone has said. But actually, awareing people, if it would work earlier also, most of them had tried. I don't know how much it worked, but individually, by my knowledge of biotech and applying microbiology, we can use industrial techniques where we can curb air pollutants which are very harmful, and like sulfur dioxide and other pollutants which we know have learned, and like using HEPA filters, which we used in our labs, but we were not too accustomed with that, but we can use. And if biotechnologically I say, then we can use or implement phytoremediation, in which we have seen that China has taken over and has long gone with this initiative. We can use plant associated microbes too, like bioremediation. So that we have seen during my BSc course, I had learned about the autotrophs and chemolithotrophs, where autotrophs use those carbon dioxide and can metabolize them as a source of carbon for their carbon source actually. So we can use these type of microorganisms for which we can curb this air pollution. And since we know it's creating a drastic environmental change like SARS, respiratory syndrome, and like phyllosphere organisms also we can use, and which can metabolize those volatile organic compounds. And by concluding, I would like to say that recently I had been there for in our college only. There was a webinar about a geneticist took our webinar, and he told us about the smoke or not to smoke. It was about the genetics issue, which where we used to know that smoking can only cause cancer, but recently many studies had shown that the areas where mostly pollution takes place, like Delhi and Maharashtra, which you were telling, so there also people are suffering from cancer, and those people who never have been confronting those smoking, but they are living a well ahead life. But the people who never smoked but had this type of air pollutants and are having those diseases, which is, I think, the most disastrous thing, which should be curbed. And I think that people I don't have too much training about this. I don't have hands-on training about these, whatever I told. So these are all my personal ideas I have got from research paper, and I have researched a little. So I would like, if I get the initiative, then I would like some mentors to take over this so that I can join them and do something for this project and help the society. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Vidisha. And I'm absolutely amazed to see the level of maturity, knowledge young people have. And I'm sure a lot of the mentors are extremely excited about working with all of you over the course of coming months.
Thank you very much.
I would like to sort of also very quickly go around the table with some of our partners. Some are very, very young, studying themselves in colleges. If you want to come in and share some thoughts, would love to hear from you. There is Akash from MASH, from Stronger Kolkata Initiative. There is Ankit. There's Abhinav Bhai, who's of course runs a vegan cafe, who's created a business out of his passion. So if any of you want to come in with a quick thought, share something, please feel free to.
Vinay, this is Shruti. Can I just say one small thing that I've been wanting to tell the youth?
Please.
Use your expertise, be it science, art, whatever it is. Use your expertise to design and create solutions, and actually use your passions, maybe it be music, dance, or whatever, to disseminate this information to the wider community. So it's a marriage of expertise and passions that actually take the youth.
So well said. Thank you, Shruti. Shayoni had some issues. She wrote, she's from ISWBM. If whenever you're able to reconnect, feel free to unmute, and I know you have a question and you want to share something, feel free to reconnect and share. I've seen Abhinav. Abhinav bhai, you've joined. If you want to come in, please feel free to.
Yeah, sure. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. So yes, first of all, thank you. Special thanks to all the young ones, youth, joining this meeting, joining this project cohort, because you guys are, I would say, the hope for the coming generation after you. What will they get in this world? Will they get the breathable air? Will they get the drinkable water and the eatable food or not? So I personally, because a lot of people, I'm talking first time. So I personally have been in the field of environment and activism from last 6 years, 2013, where I left my IT job to pursue this. And let me tell you that I'm still learning. I was working for Greenpeace. I was working for other organizations on voluntary basis, Greenpeace full time. And I have been just changing methods of my own lifestyle and the way I talk about it, or the way I understand the problem. So it's such a complex problem, but which should not make you scared about it, but we should make you curious about it. And we, as at the age of 20 or 21, we all are curious. So use that curiosity to understand the complexity, but not theoretically. I never spend much time in books. I spend time on field, with the community, with talking with the expertise, working and failing and learning from them. That should be your learning tool, not the Google and books. While they should be supporting system for you, but there should be not more than 25%, 30% of your learning tools. And what I do now, I have a vegan cafe, because in my learning I understood that the diet plays a major role. That brought my attention. So I have a vegan cafe in Kolkata. If any of you are planning to work in Kolkata region and they want a place to meet, I think this place is perfect for you, because this place is all in all a sustainable, eco-friendly community meetup place. You can come here, you can just sit down here and can have a meeting, have a brainstorming. I can maybe help you brainstorming of whatever I have learned till now, other than Zoom and the other contacts, email IDs and all. And also, as a problem is well stated already by Abhishek, so we need to work on solutions. And the solution, while we are also aware about some of the solutions, but again, it starts from you. So I always have believed that change starts from us. So before you go and ask somebody else to change, first ask yourself to change. First implement on your lifestyle, on your thinking and your doing, and then you will see that after that, when you go out and tell others, the power of that communication will be 10 times or 100 times more, because you are doing it and you are live example of that. So don't stop the change from you, and then bring in others, and just start the project. Don't feel that, okay, I don't know much, when should I start? I think a small information is enough for starting. If you know that I need to do something which doesn't have the full script, that okay, we do from end to end, just start it, because the problem is always so big that you don't see that where it will go or where it will take you. But when you jump in it and you start doing it, for example, I'll tell you this. In our cafe, we do composting, and I've been thinking about this composting since I opened the cafe last year, because food waste is a very big problem, and the waste segregation was one example given by Abhishek in the PPT. So I was thinking about it, that I should start composting. Then I was just delaying it because of the other activities, and I was thinking that my cafe has very less waste, so I don't have to do really. But then when I started the composting, I understood that in last 50 days, it has been 50 days I'm composting, and now we have 150 or 170 kg of waste, which is not gone to land fill, but it has got composted, and it has reduced around 200 to 300 kg of carbon dioxide not going to the environment. So when I started that composting, not thinking that my cafe has less waste, so why will I do it? Somebody else should do it. Rather than I started from my cafe, it really worked. So I think that's one of the examples that just find out a small steps, the 1, 2, 3 steps. Don't think about 1 to 10 steps. Start it, learn from it, and then go for it. We are there with you. We are following whatever the solutions you're gonna bring to the plate, and we are gonna together do this. It's not you, it's we. We are gonna do it together. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Abhinav bhai, and it's so important. जैसे हिंदी में कहावत है कि बूंद बूंद से ही घड़ा भरता है. Taking small actions will get us there. I'd like to bring in Ishani from.
Vinay, could I come in for a moment?
Please, sir.
Could I come in for a moment on waste? You know, as
Oh,
an
sir, please, sir.
example, in a hotel in Calcutta, I won't name the hotel, we started working on waste in their various kitchens, right? While working on waste in various kitchens, we started the segregation first. But in the process of segregation, what we did was we realized that there was a lot of food which was going into waste, which should not have been going into waste. So we used the chef, the main chef. He started going around with me, having a look, and I was asking him, what is this? He says, oh, this, while cutting, pieces fall off and we can't put it back into food. So I said, okay. And what is this? So he says, this is a carrot which has fallen off. And once it falls off, so, I said, so how do we reduce? And we started monitoring each shift of the kitchen, segregated waste. Once we started doing this, they started realizing how much waste they were generating. And we put it into a spreadsheet. And all we did was kept monitoring this waste. It started reducing to such an extent that in 2 months' time, they had cut it down by 48%, right? With same amount of the customers coming in, they stopped it by 48%. So I went back and I got hold of the general manager of the hotel, big hotel. Huh? I said, okay, look, I need to see this chef because this is a miracle. So I went back with the general manager and everyone to his kitchen. I said, hey, and how I had started was I went in there and I told him, can you drop the waste? He said, where? I said, on the ground, you can get a sheet. So they put the sheet and then we started identifying. So I'd say, what is this cabbage? Why is there so much cabbage leaves? He says the quality of cabbage which comes in determines how much waste there is going to be. So procurement chap is also involved. So then what we did was I went down with him. And when I went to this place, I told this man, I said, look, you are God. Huh? If you had cut it down by 10%, I would have been over the moon. How did you manage to do this? So first he thought I was, sort of having a dig at him. I said, I am serious, huh? I need to learn. So then he takes me around along with the rest, showing me how he's put a net, steel net on one side. Nothing falls down on the ground. So whatever spills there comes back and they cut it and use it. Similarly, all the other things he showed me what they have done. Huh? And he had managed to save. Now I was telling the general manager, this 48% reduction has, instead of waste, gone into high value food. It has gone on your table, which is huge saving for the hotel. Yeah. So, it's not only what you generate, it's the waste, it's the reduction that you do, which has huge benefits. Yeah. So I just thought I'll mention it because it's an incident from Calcutta. That's why I thought I'll mention it.
No, really. Thank you so much. And one thing that I learned about working in with air pollution is that typically for a person who's not as aware, they think that air pollution is probably because of the cars and because of industries. But every action, the waste that we generate, the construction activities, the nearby tea stall that we could be going to, and the way they're cooking their food or chai, everything has an impact on air pollution. And each of these particulate matter has an impact on each organ of your body. And it's amazing as you learn about this. So every action definitely counts. I'd like to bring in Ishani Di into the conversation. Ishani Di is from Warrior Moms. They do terrific work across India. Again, part of the ASAR team. Ishanidhi, if you can hear me, if you could unmute yourself, please, and come in.
Hello, good evening to everyone.
Hi, Ishanidhi, good evening. Thanks for joining.
I'm very happy to be part of this and to be witnessing this launch. My best wishes are with all of you, and I'm very happily looking forward to how we can work together in the future and see clean air for Bengal.
Great, thank you so much. And what we have seen is that a lot of big motivation and inspiration for people working in this space is working for children, working for young people. So and this is a big motivation for me to be able to be part of this, something like this. We could look to wrap up in the next 5-10 minutes. I know there are a lot of people who still may want to have a quick comment, so I'm opening this conversation up for short, quick comments from partners, mentors, participants, applicants. So yeah, feel free to unmute yourself and just.
Can I say something? Can you hear me now?
Yes, Dr. Mukherjee. I'm glad you were able to join us.
At the time I was driving, so my net was not working. Okay. So as I was saying that it's a very good initiative, but a huge work needs to be done, because most of the things which you people will be doing, and also I will be a part of, the policymakers, they do have a role in this particular section. The youth, definitely, they are the torch bearers, and they have to lead the way. But some decisions regarding particularly curbing this menace of air pollution, and in Delhi, some data which we are finding every day, the temperature is so low in Delhi. Yesterday, I think it was 2 to 3 degrees centigrade in Delhi. And at the same time, huge incidences of COVID cases, they are also in Delhi now. So this air pollution, particularly this particulate matter, the PM 2.5, and more specifically now, although there are no standards for PM1, particulate matter 1, but they are definitely enhancing the effect of COVID. When if some of these students are from, I think, biotechnology, who have opted, who applied in this particular program. So they must be knowing that this COVID-19 virus has got something to do with a particular strain of protein, which is your ACU2, sorry. These proteins are basically damaged by this particulate matter. So this high occurrence of particulate pollution, not only now in our country, but also during the outbreak of this corona in Italy, Europe, they enhanced the effects. The number of death tolls, they increased. The people with COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, they were the major targets. And pollution, we all know that they further worsen the COPD cases. So my suggestion to all the youth who are there in this platform, who will be taking up this challenge, that they have to not only develop these innovative projects, and there should be a judicious blend of the experienced mentors also, but they should raise some questions to the policymakers. We all know what the sources of air pollution in our, particularly in West Bengal, in any metropolis are, because during the lockdown period, we found that how clear the sky was, and how low the pollution level was. So definitely I'm referring to your vehicular pollution. And now although we speak of this, what should I say, the different non-conventional energy modes, but they are mostly on your research mode. Lots of publications, lots of debates, but nothing comes out. So regarding changing of fuel, nothing has happened. Still, we are falling back on petrol, diesel. We speak of CNG. There are so many papers, so many researches on how pollution can be reduced using this CNG. But you tell me the number of petrol pumps in Kolkata which have CNG outlets. So the youth, they have to raise these questions. They have to definitely raise these questions, that to curb the pollution right at the source. Then only, otherwise what will happen is that now we are facing this particular virus outbreak. Maybe we will not know in the next century we will face it or not. The situation is going to become more worse. It is going to worsen further. So I would like to say that yes, definitely it's a very good initiative, but a huge amount of work has to be done, where the policymakers also have to be taken in the same forum, and they have to understand that what would happen if particularly this air pollution is not cut, because it is very difficult to control air pollution. Other pollutions you can control, water, wastewater, you can, solid waste management, this can be done. But something in the air is very difficult to control. Thank you all. A great initiative. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Enel sir, just a quick point, Vineda, if I can come in for a second.
Please.
Yeah. So just taking example, this is a great opportunity. Actually, what I do when I move around the city, if I notice any vehicle which is too old, looks like 15-year-old, doesn't have a proper number plate or emitting too much smoke, I just click a picture, and then there is a site where you can check the RC status like Parivahan and Vahan, and I check on that if it is a 15-year-old vehicle or not. And I've located many such vehicles which are actually used by Kolkata police, the KMC,
so that's
and all this.
So that's what I
have
right.
Yeah, I have written to the Joint Commissioner Traffic and other departments, and tomorrow 4 p.m. the Joint Commissioner Traffic has given us an appointment to speak about it. So I have the evidence of all those vehicles which I will share with him. So this is also a good opportunity for youth to do work on. As we set in more complaints, public voice comes in. I think this will also shift, because there is already a court order which is there, but there is a problem of implementation. Now, this KMC vehicles, no police actually stops them and fines them, or they get checked. They don't have proper PUC. They get their RTO certification after 15 years from outside Kolkata and come back and fly again in Kolkata. So these are issues which can be fixed immediately. They don't require any policy change. They just need to be monitored. So there is also an opportunity to work for everyone, youth, on this vigilance.
Vineda, can I come in for 2 minutes if it's fine?
Yeah, please, Ankita.
Firstly, thank you to Vineda and the team at Bengal CAN for inviting us to be a part of this. My name is Ankit Pal. I am a law student. I'm in my 4th year right now. And also we found out and we created a little group of students who were working for the people of Bengal after Amphan. So I just wanted to make a very brief point here in terms of everything that I heard on this call today. A lot of enlightening, information was shared. I believe that, the clean air campaign can be divided into 2 parts. One is creating alternative forms of green energy. And second is making sure that the present policy regime that is in place is implemented and executed to its fullest capacity. Because in this regard, I believe if we are not aware of the current policies in place and the ways in which things work in the factories, industrial units and commercial sector all around us, then this entire initiative will not reach its optimum level. Because on one hand, as Dr. Mukherjee also very rightly pointed out, we will be working on possible alternatives, while at the same time, when we do that work, the current regime of polluters will keep on going. Also in line with what the previous speaker just said, Ajay sir, what he said, I think if as a group we can delve into a little bit more about the current policy regimes that exist, the current complaint mechanisms, the current laws that the different factories and industrial establishments have to abide by, and make people aware of, or get in touch with the administration to simplify the complaint mechanism. At the very basic, just know what the rules are of this game. I think it will be really helpful to understand where we can draw a line in terms of the people who are polluting the environment right now. Thank you.
That's absolutely great. And I think even small actions can have such a large impact. Ankit bhai, what you just said, just making citizens aware, and just an aware citizen like Ajay making a small complaint, and people at the top will listen. There is no doubt about that. If it's honest, if it's consistent. So lovely to hear these thoughts. Any, again, I'm just opening up the discussion.
Vineda, just one tiny proposal, if you don't mind. I was wondering if the Bengal CAN initiative could draw up a small volunteer network amongst the local law schools of Calcutta, so that maybe you could, because where I study is a completely isolated unit, and most students are from outside the state, so it's a very empty place right now with the COVID situation. But if the Bengal Can initiative can reach out to the Calcutta University law schools, we have a law school by Amity, Xavier's law school here.
Sure.
And with this young law school network, maybe the initiative can work a bit more in the depths of policy and how things can be simplified, rules can be put out in pamphlets for the common persons, and they can also understand how it works.
These are brilliant ideas, and I'm not smart enough for ideas like this, and that's why we have people like you to and it's a fantastic idea, and there are such brilliant ideas like this, and I'm so happy to be part of this. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up already, and just great to be part of this network. I'm just very grateful that I have this opportunity to be able to be working with young people, all of you who are here. So looking to wrap up now. Any final thoughts, comments? We'll be most happy to, please, if you.
Yes, sir, I'm Sumit.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So one thing I need I want to hold back, like I want to grab the word of Dr. Mukherjee. I was much more, first of all, thank you, sir, Dr. Mukherjee. I was very much motivated by his words. And one thing I would like to say, like he said that we need to do something just right now. Like if we like one mentor or one sir told that he makes like if he sees any old bike or something like that, he just give complaints to the higher authorities. So in this point of view, I would like to say like whatever we do, if we just take a small step and we just grab those small steps and then we apply, or if we do something which is very much effective, then that means rather being nagged or rather nagging like the government is not doing this, the government is not doing that. If we being an youth take that initiative, it will be very much effective in our part as well as the path of various other people in our society. So it will be very helpful. Thank you, sir.
To add to you, I'm Dr. Mukherjee once again. I just want to say that all the young brigade, you have the voice, you raise it. Okay. We are there with all of you, but you have to raise the voice. The button needs to be triggered. And much will be said, but sometimes we find that much is said, but very less is done. So my request to you all is that please start whatever you want to curb this air pollution, particularly air pollution, right from this time, because you cannot imagine what it's going to do to our next generations. And it's a warning to all of us. We should understand the basic science of nature, as was said by the Nobel laureate Al Gore in An Inconvenient Truth, and should try to act to that. So best wishes to all the young brigade. Please raise your voice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Great. So we'll look to wrap up. Before saying our thank yous, again, anyone with any thought questions?
So can I add?
Yes, please.
I want to add on suggestions that Ankit sir said throwback, and yeah, everyone has to work on policies back, and we have to work on the concerned policies, and we have to adapt all the parts. So as an activist, we are working as turn it off and act now policies and working on various parts. So all the activists know the part or section how we can work on the concerned area, and every government and policies are working on some parts. Yeah, but what about education? Because some of children don't know about climate action, what is climate change, and what is affecting our planet. So if can will directly contact or work for education level, then yeah, it will be great as my suggestion or thought.
Great. Thanks so much, Birendra Bhai. Lastly, just a few final housekeeping thoughts and comments, especially for all the applicants. You would be given a form to fill up where you will have to identify if you have a team, what is your idea. If you have an idea, even if you don't have an idea, it's okay. We'll try to match make you with an existing project or an existing team or a team that can come together and form itself. We will have our first leadership workshop at the end of the month. the last Saturday of the month. You will get more details over emails and messages. But before that, everyone will be required to fill up your final form with your ideas. At that same point, you would be matched. There would be a matchmaking done with a mentor who is going to be available to guide you in the process. Your projects are ideally going to be 3 to 6 months long. It could be as long as 12 months. The project looks to support project initiatives for the cohort for the entire year, and then we hope to have more cohorts every year. I'm very excited to be part of this and looking forward to interacting more. Before wrapping up, we can look happy to take final thoughts, comments, if there are any. Aditi, you're coming in and out. Are you able to hear me? If you want to share something,
Yes,
please.
actually, yeah, I'm happy.
Aditi, we're not able to hear you. Can you?
Am I audible?
Yeah, now you are.
Yeah. So thank you so much for inviting us, rather sharp, to Clean Air Champion cohort. We work to mainstream the children with hearing and speech impairment. The positive thinking and action of the youth is the need of the hour. We are never too small or too weak to make an impact. Having worked with people with disability, it makes us realize how privileged we are and how much we misuse these opportune moments. It is time that we stop for a moment and look around us, be kind at heart and compassionate towards each other, and pull each other up whenever we lose hope or find ourselves in disparity. Stop our craving to have more and more and be realistic towards our needs. This we really want to say, because we work with disability, so disabilities always can be part of this Clean Air Champion cohort. Thank you, Vinada.
Thank you so much. So before I ask my colleagues to say thank you and goodbye, finally, if anyone wants to say something, otherwise I'll invite Shumanadi and some colleagues to just say thank you to everyone and bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you, everyone.
It was a lovely meeting. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.